Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another team builder for you. Team Purple Kobras. Let's go with that. Today we are starring Arbok. Arbok is our team captain for this set. If you haven't watched the Cypher Admin Ardos set, you should go watch that. It's a really good set of battles if you just want to watch like pure destruction. This one is just a more laid back take on a usual team you'd see, so like rock, spinners, whatever, other stuff. Before we begin, likes and subscribes are always appreciated, and feedback down below, leave your feedback down below. So today we have Arbok, or Kobra, our Arbok, our team captain for today. It's a usual Arbok set. If you don't play PU, this is like what you usually see. It's kind of like Sandaconda, where you can also run Shed Skin and you can lead as well. The only difference is that Arbok is not super bulky. As you can see, it only has 69 defense, but it has really high attack and really high, decent speed, I should say. Versus Sandaconda has more defense, less speed, more bulk, so it can make use of that Shed Skin. But nonetheless, Kobra will probably be our Intimidate lead off. I know you see the scrump right here, the Cradily, so like, oh, why don't you lead with Rock Setter? No, it's because the Intimidate desperately helps this team quite a lot. I did practice beforehand. Who would have thought if you practice with your team beforehand, before recordings, you'll do a lot better? Just telling you right now. So, yes, we did practice. And we found that Intimidate lead off with Arbok is genuinely really good for this team. I was wearing Coil, Gunk Shot, Earthquake, Sucker Punch, Physical Attacker. If you didn't know, Arbok was 85 attack in Gen 6, I believe. So it got a buff in Gen 7 in Sun and Moon and became 95, and it's been 95 since Gen 7. So Coil raises our attack, defense, and accuracy by 1. This allows 1.5, I think. So this allows this to the gunk shot to be more accurate and hit really hard at +1. Earthquake is for steel coverage and other poison types, and Sucker Punch is for priority. In combination with Coil, and if I can get the Coil up, Arbok hits really hard, really fast. It can one-shot a Dragonite, to be honest with you. In practice, I believe it was like a Sash Dragonite for whatever reason. And yeah, that gunk shot would have one shot if it wasn't for the Sash. So, just for power scaling reference there. Next we have Brujeria, which means witchcraft in Spanish. This is our Rapid Spinner. Our bulky defensive Rapid Spinner, max HP, max special attack, and holding a Cobra Berry. So Cobra Berry has the damage of super effective dark type attacks, so Sucker Punch's knockoffs are only going to do half as much damage. And let's go back to here. And so this is more of a bulky spread. It's meant to spin up to get a +1, maybe a +2 depending on where we are, and possibly even plot and get off psychics and earth powers and just keep hitting with those powerful stab moves of base 90 each. It's near perfect coverage for Claydol. It gets walled by Skarmory, but the purpose of Brujeria is to rapid spin away the rocks and hopefully get a plot up and maybe even sweep or do just a chunk of damage or chunk of chip to something. So Brujeria can sweep, but its main purpose is to spin away those rocks. What is meant for sweeping though is Quantum or Scizor. Interesting take on a Scizor set. So of course, there's the Impish Defog Defog Leftovers one, the very defensive one. There's the Choice Banded one, which is always terrifying, and then there's a take on a Swords Dance set. This is my version of it. So of course I have Technician, Life Orb, Swords Dance, and then I have Bullet Punch for my main stab. What I also have is Quick Attack, so I have double priority and double Technician boosted. So why Quick Attack? This is for stuff like fighting type, so that resist. So let's see, what's a good one? Like Heracross, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, etc. So those who resist steel types they wouldn't be expecting effectively a +2 +2 +30% quick attack, and that'll do a huge chunk of damage to them. Even Rotom Wash, that's a classic one. Rotom Wash, they're going to take a big chunk of damage from that quick attack. So, and they don't really expect it either. They only expect Bullet Punch or U-Turn or Hard Switch. So this is meant to do a big chunk of damage, if not KO them if they're in range. Especially those Scarf Rotom Washes. And in Brick Break here, so we outspeed Magnezone. Right? I mean, we outspeed Magnezone naturally. So, and because they tend to run Magnet Pool, that's what the counter is for Scizor. Magnet Pool on the Scizor, you keep them in, they get 2 cold or whatever from the Thunderbolt, Specs Thunderbolt, however. So this is to counter that. If they run that and I have +2 with the Life Orb, Brick Break will one-shot Magnezone and will do a lot of damage. Mostly Oko. So Brick Break is going to do a crap ton of damage, punishing Steel types. It also punishes other Scizors, because Scizors counter other Scizors. With Rocks, I believe it is, depending on the spread, it can be Oko. An Oko. It could be an Oko after Rocks, or it could be a 2-shot, depending on the spread. So if it's more defensive, it's more towards the 2-Ko. If it's more offensive, then it's like max attack, max speed type of Scizor, it will probably Oko. So that'll be fun to watch if we can go up against other Scizors. Next, we have Hibito or Charizard. We have our Special Charizard for Special Charizard. That 109 special attack. I mean, it's a take on Zard Y. It's also a common thing that's been running around. So Flamethrower and Air Slash for powerful stab moves at 100 speed and 109 attack. Definitely dangerous. Flamethrower was going to do massive damage to whatever. Air Slash, same thing, because Charizard hits really hard. Focus Blast and Solar Beam. Okay, so Solar Beam is to counter water types, ground types, rock types, of course, the common weaknesses of fire types, and flying type, in Charizard's case, 4 times super effective, or 4 times weak against rock types. So Solar Beam is here to counter Swamperts, Gastrodons, Golems, what else is it, Rhydon, Rhyperiors, etc. Because they're not expecting that Power Herb Solar Beam, so Power Herb, so Solar Beam takes 2 turns to charge it off the sun. So 1 turn you gather the light, 2nd turn you release the light. Power Herb allows you to complete the 2-turn setup in 1 turn. So essentially you charge the light and you can fire it in 1 turn. However, this is only a one-time thing now. So that's what I say here, single use. So that's why we have Focus Blast here. Focus Blast will do more damage, additional damage to rock types in case we have to use Solar Beam early. So this will be good for like sand ground-esque teams that have Gastros and Golems and whatever else on their team that they choose to run, even T-Tars even. They won't like the Focus Blast. If it can connect, it's going to do a massive damage, if not KO them. You can argue why Solar Power here. Personally, this was a mistake here. I would personally rather have Blaze on here because Charizard is not bulky at all. It has decent bulk, but it's not like, you know, bulky. So I would really have loved to have the Blaze boosted Flamethrowers. I feel like that would have been more crucial than the Solar Power, because you know, Sun is what, Torkoal and Ninetales. And with the meta game right now, especially on like BDSP, where anything can happen, I mean, you can argue, oh, okay, it's good for Torkoals and whatnot, but you can also argue, it's probably not going to be commonly seen either. So I would have rather gone for Blaze, but this whole set we will be running with Solar Power, so keep that in mind. Next, we have Dragunov making his 2nd appearance with a 2nd set. So this is our D-Dance mix set. Why mix? So it's simply because BDSP, this does not get Iron Head. See, look, Ice Beam, Hyper Beam, but no Iron Head. Which is sad because in Sword and Shield, this thing happily got Iron Head. And with Iron Head, dang, this thing would be an unstoppable beast. Swift Swim, Lumberries. This is the Dragon Dance set. Last time we had the Focus Energy set with the Sniper. This one is Dragon Dance Physical with Waterfall and Outrage, and Flash Cannon for those pesky fairy types. personally, I would rather have Iron Head because it would hit a lot harder with Dragon Dance. But no, we're forced to run into the naive nature just so we cripple our defenses a little bit to keep neutral power in our attack. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with that, but we have to make do with what we got, and this is the best I could come with. Last and certainly not least is Scrump, our Cradilly, our specially defensive wall. Bruhera is our physically defensive wall, so to speak. Cradilly is our pure special defensive wall. Our Rock Setters 2, Stealth Rock, Recover, Giga Drain for main stab, so it's not useless against Prankster taunts, and Mirror Coat to essentially strike back against any special attackers. The Cradilly is very bulky on the special side. It can take many boosted special attacks, but physically wise, it won't take a lot at all because, well, investment is all in the special defense. The key is to just set up rocks and keep it on there as much as possible. Be a wall to water types, so that'll help our water weakness in Bruhera and Hibito. And Mirror Coat, essentially it's to counter like very high special attackers. So let's see what else is in the tier, like Needle King, Needle Queens. Trying to think off the top of my head. Other Charizards, Kingdras. So Mirror Coat is there. Personally, I would rather have another Rock Stab. It's a shame this doesn't get Power Gem. It only gets Ancient Power, which is a alright move, but it's Ancient Power. So yeah, we're running Mirror Coat instead. Personally, I would rather have the Rock Double Stab for reliability instead of Mirror Coat, which is a gamble. But if you reveal it too, there goes your secret, right? So it's a really good counter for Typhlosion as well, because Eruption will do a lot of damage, enough damage so that when the Mirror Coat reflects the damage back, it will knock out Typhlosion. So really good. Kind of a balanced-esque team. We have rocks, we have a spinner, we have offensive presence in terms of Intimidate, and Scizor, and Dragunov, and Hibito as our special for this team. Let's see if we can do well. Again, we're hoping for that 3-2. That 3-2. I know the last two sets have been quite successful. Hopefully it'll continue. We're not doing any more Cypher Admin or Pokemon game themed trainers in the current future. All of these will be like Pokemon that piques my interest, so for this instance Arbok piqued my interest. And so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Wish us luck. Again, I've done testing on this team, so it'll be hopefully better gameplay. If not, oh well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you for the support. Leave your likes and subscribes and feedback down below. How do you think we'll do? I think we'll do fine, personally, because this team is quite balanced and has some chip damage, a lot of chip damage. But with that being said, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.